back to my channel. This is your first time seeing my beautiful face. Hi, my name is Cynthia. Please don't make this share by clicking on the subscribe button to join the fam. And if you're already in the fam, hey guys, hey girl, what's up? So guys, I'm actually introducing the 20s series. Basically talking about things in our 20s, how it's helped me. I'm in my 20s, of course, and I feel like most of us on my channel are also in our 20s, entering our 20s, living our 20s, but around the 20s. You guys get me? So I'm just thinking about talking about things that has helped me, things that are still helping me, and I feel like it would be very important that I share them, because I know that individuals actually vary, and things like this vary from individual to individual, but these are like the point that I feel like would work for everybody, because they're like very, very basic points. It's just me imputing my own tea to all of the points, and that makes it a whole. Welcome to our 20 series. Yeah, so today's topic is going to be 6 ways to be more feminine in your 20s. 6 ways to be more feminine in your 20s. So I feel like one thing that I have to put out there is that this is not me judging anybody. This is coming from a place of love. Literally, this is also a video that is saying I'm also learning. I'm still in my learning curve. I mean, we can't stop learning, do you understand? And I feel like first of all, we need to actually recognize that we're feminine, need to recognize our femininity above all. Like, it just has to be that. Yes, embrace your style. So you guys know when you say embrace, you mean love, like take it all in, like accept it. You have to embrace your style. So first of all, I feel like you need to try a lot of patterns, a lot of clothing. For me personally, I kind of know my style because I know what I like to wear. So I'm saying, take out your time to study these things, learn what fits you best. I'm in that era of my life where if I put on something, I'm not feeling it, I'm not going there. If I'm unable to fix something else to wear, I am not gonna go. Like, I'm just in that era of you can't force me. Also that I feel less confident when I do not like clothes that I'm putting on. Also for me, I feel like each time I'm not properly dressed, I don't have the energy to go out. Or if I already put like an outfit in my head and I wear it and it's not giving what it should give, I'm most likely going to ditch the outing or maybe look for something last minute. And I feel like when I look for something last minute is when I now actually like the outfits. I don't know if it's just me, but when I already plan out something and it's not giving, I'm like, oh, let's do this. I feel like the last minute prepping now comes out much more than the outfit. That is because I already know my style. My wardrobe is already arranged in my style, in my pattern. So that way it makes it really easier for me. I feel like in our 20s, we need to actually shop right. I mean, a lot of times, I am also guilty of that. I tend to shop because I just want to buy this, I want to buy that. But growing up, I really realized that it just can't work for me. I can't have XYZ and not wear them for years because it doesn't fit into my style. But because it is fine, I feel like I'll still do that more because I'll still buy things because they're fine. But I also feel like if it doesn't fit into my style, I should not get it. That is me embracing my personal style. And it's also just us being aware of ourselves, of our individuals, aware of what we want for ourselves. That notation of how you are dressed determines how you be addressed. I feel like people think it's a lie, but it's actually not a lie. A lot of times I met people talk to me a certain way because they feel like, oh, I look a certain way. And at the end of the day, sometimes even when you dress down, it's even bad when you dress down. And I'm like, it's not to me like this because I'm looking like this. But like, I feel like in our lives, in our 20s, we need to actually learn how to embrace our personal style. So moving to our next point, which says cultivate self-care routines. I feel like we should actually prioritize ourselves a lot, prioritize self-care to maintain a healthy and well-wishing appearance. I feel like we should actually establish healthcare rituals. We should indulge in relaxing bath. We should also take good care of our hair. I mean, making proper cornrows is actually just the best. I mean, you don't have to have the luxurious wigs. You don't have to have the luxury of hairs before you can actually look good. Personally, I love to put on wigs, but at the end of the day, I also love that the cornrows beneath my wigs looks good. Even sometimes I'm actually very lazy, and because I have a natural hair, I feel very lazy to make my hair because sometimes because of the pain and everything, and because it takes a lot of time. But at the end of the day, I still have to take that time to just take good care of my hair, and I feel like I should exercise regularly. Personally, for me, it's been yoga. Yoga for me has been one thing that has really helped me a lot. Like last couple months, I've been to yoga sessions and I've also done a lot of practice on my own. So I feel like you should just have like a workout routine, even if it's 10-20 minutes 3 times a week. That really, really works. And also have a balanced diet meal. Honestly, eating well in Nigeria, I don't know if I'm going to say it's hard. I don't know if I'm going to say it's expensive, but I feel like I'm in the middle where I say eating good in this country is expensive. Moving on to our third point, which says develop good posture. Guys, this can never be oversaid. Like, you know, sometimes you're just slouching. Like, I've learned to just sit properly, and each time I'm like slouching, it just comes to my head to just do this, and I'm good. Like, literally, like, I've seen girls in public and they're, why you slouching? Like, why you seated that way? You are supposed to be a woman. It makes sense, but I get it. It's not shading anybody. Some people do not actually have or know that. Some people don't actually think it's a bad thing. But then what should they do, or what should we do? Honestly, you still need to practice exercise. You need to learn how to do exercises for your cores and for your back muscles. Exercise. Consider taking up an activity that works for you. Like I said earlier, mine is yoga. It's one thing that yoga does for me. It just puts me there, because there are a lot of sessions, there are posture sessions and all of that. So it just really helps me put my body back there. So I mean, you should actually try to be aware. I mean, at the end of the day, it actually comes with being aware of whatever it is that is going on in your body. I realize I'm not sitting in a good position. What do? I sit up. Like, just actually, like, it's a very, very normal thing. I don't think you should be applauded for having good postures. Do you understand? I just feel like it's just something that you need to do, because it just helps your femininity, just helps your feminine level be increased. Moving on to my fourth point, which is enhance your communication skills. This is 2023 and you are not communicating. Why? How? Like, you're not communicating in 2023. Like, make it make sense. Like, genuinely, I feel like I do not like confrontation. Hi, for a person, I hate confrontation so much, but it doesn't stop me from still communicating. Communicate as a friend, communicate as a partner. I still just feel like you need to pay attention to the verbals and the non-verbals. At the end of the day, you need to be there for someone. And one thing I have learned so much in my 20s is speak less, listen more. See, if you talk too much, at the end of the day, you still say rubbish. You would jam talk. What am I supposed to say? You will say it. And then, because some people are just there to hold up things against you, they take that and start using it against you. At the end of the day, but you still need to conversate at the end of the day. You need to be graceful. You need to give like nice gestures to just convey your femininity. At the end of the day, you don't have to be the dead rat in a place. You just have to just talk. Say something. Like, just talk. Like, at the end of the day, I get that you can be reserved and all of that, but you see that communications need to be held. Communications need to be had. Like, don't assume. I think that's the right word. Don't assume that XYZ person already knows that you don't like this thing that they are doing. Don't assume. For a person, I assume a lot. Yes, that's actually, I think I assume a lot. And I also feel like they should know. They don't know, or they know but they decide to pretend like they don't know. So I feel like in our 20s we should learn to communicate more. We should learn to take up responsibilities more. Yeah, because I mean, a lot of people are wilding out there in the street. They pretend like they don't know, and they know. Then says, explore femininity in your interest. Explore femininity in your interest. This just says you should engage in activities that resonate to you. Do things that you love. Do things that make you feel alive. Like, for me, it is actually watching movies. I watch a lot of movies, and sometimes I'm like, my cousin will say, you're wasting your time. But at the end of the day, I'm like, it really makes me happy. It really, really makes me happy. And for that reason, I always like to do what I love. And so for some people, it's fashion. So for some people, it's sports. For some people, it is music. And then I feel like we should not be out there judging ourselves because, someone's interest is different from my interest. Of course, we're not alike. We're very, very unalike. But what happens? Out of 10 people, you see one person that has your interest. And how does that work? We're wired differently, but we're also wired together. Because at the end of the day, you cannot just be displaced with your interest. You need to do something that makes you happy. Do something that makes you feel like you're a human being. Something that makes you feel like you're leading. Some people, it's actually maybe going for concert. For people, it's listening to music. Maybe it's taking a long bath. For me, listening to music, watching movies, taking a very, very, I say long bath. I mean, I can spend like an hour in the bathroom. I'm not joking. And then talking to people that I really love, for me, really, really helps me know that, oh, you're still a girl. I mean, you're still a girly. So my last point, it says embrace your emotions. This is one thing that can never, never, ever be overemphasized. I, for a person, I like to come ad guy, but I cry a lot to my pillow. And I feel like when I'm not crying, please don't ask me what is wrong with me. Please tell me that I'm not alone in this situation. When you ask me what is wrong with me, the tears will not be plenty. And sometimes I don't have anything to say. I'm just in my emotion. There was a day I got back from work and traffic made me cry. Like, I got back from work, I was like, gosh, I want to continue this. Thinking of the traffic, somebody spoke to me on the shuttle. I'm sure that probably my day was bad. I got back home. I think someone said something to me at home. Sometimes it's not even saying bad things. But it might just be something really little that just triggers you. You are free to cry. You are free to rant. You're free to say whatever it is on your mind. Just that you need to be careful with people that you say these things to. Not everybody wants to listen to you. Not everybody is your friend. Not everybody has the intention of like being nice to you. But then you are a lady. You are in your femininity level. And you need to actually say all these things out. You need to let it all out. For me, I call people that I need to call. I mean, do you understand? I just call them and I say something. Sometimes I don't tell anybody. I go on my notes and I type everything there that I'm better. And then when I'm like better, I delete it because I don't want anybody seeing it. If I don't want anybody to see it, I just delete it. Because it might be me talking about somebody that maybe pissed me off, and maybe, of course, you say very, very awful things whenever you're upset. So guys, remember that femininity is a personal journey, and these suggestions are just like a starting point or a continuation point. It just depends on where you are in your level of femininity. And also know that it's essential to embrace and express your unique version of femininity. At the end of the day, you are you. Like, nobody can take that away from you. And how can that be done? Explore these 6 things that I just said, and if you have more, just do them. I mean, honestly, it varies for everybody. Like, well, this works for me, it might not work for somebody else, but of course 1 or 2 things out of all of these things would definitely work for 1 or 2 people. Also, be very sure that all of these things aligns with your values, your personality, your individuality, your religion, whatever it is that you always look up to before you do certain things. Ensure that they also align with you, and ensure that you do not overdo anything because you're trying to be feminine. You don't have to be rude to anybody. And at the end of the day, you need to actually be loved and love people that you love. Until next time that I catch you guys on my YouTube channel. Bye guys.